But moving on to running backs, Mike, who you got? Top 5 running backs.
Man, all right. So C-Mac 1. I don't know if we got to explain that. Barkley 2. I think that's pretty self-explanatory 2. Zeke 3. I guess 4 is where it starts to, maybe really have some opinions. But I went Clyde Edwards 4 because, like you said, he doesn't have anybody behind him, and then the Chiefs are going to score a lot of points. So normally, anytime a team score a lot of points, the running back is really good. Whether it's Gurley, Kamara, any of those, you get down to the red zone, give it to the running back. And in 5, I went Derrick Henry. Even though I'm low on Derrick Henry this year because he did have that 370 carries, and when you go over that, normally you have like a huge regression.
And he got paid.
So but they just gonna force feed him like they always do. So I'm just gonna say him. I figure he, with the volume, he gonna be probably top 5.
I have, of course, I think it's probably consensus, C-Mac at number 1. Self-explanatory. He's literally a right receiver and a running back in the same body. And I got Clyde Edwards-Helaire at number 2. I think he's going to have about 1,300 yards rushing, 10 touchdowns, 10 to 12 touchdowns. And I see him getting about maybe 300 yards passing, probably 200 yards, depending on, how they do that. But I think he's going to have an amazing year. I got 3. I have Saquon Barkley. They have a really tough schedule, like a really, really, really gauntlet of a schedule. So I knocked him down a couple pegs. And Zeke Elliott, number 4, I think he's just tried and true. Like, he's literally going to have 30 touches a game. It's just a fact. Like, you can't argue with that. And number 5 for me, I have Austin Ekeler. I think Austin Ekeler, like, is literally, like, I think it's Josh Kelly and Justin Jackson. Like, he literally has no one there. And when Melvin Gordon was out, you remember, he was amazing.
He was RB.
He was amazing even after that. But I'm just saying, like, he doesn't have – like, Melvin Gordon is out there, so he's going to get at least 12 touches as far as running a game, right? Like that's a lot, 12 to 15 touches running. Couple that with the passing work. Like, he's getting literally all the passing work. He's going to get all the passing work. So my only concern for him is touchdowns and the offense, with being with Tyrod. But I think he's going to get – I think he's going to be like a 25, 30 touch. Like, somebody was comparing him to C-Mac. Like, how people said that 25 touches. No, touches.
Oh.
Somebody was comparing him to C-Mac, saying that we used to say that, C-Mac was small and he wasn't able to carry that workload. And I think Austin Ekeler is in that same mold, right? We think he's a miniature back, so he can't carry the workload, but I think he can.
Yeah. I say the issue with that is, especially since Brad preferences as half PPR and full PPR, maybe, because you get the extra half a point for every catch. And then 2, it's a study out there that says running backs that have a running quarterback, they don't do as well with the catches, because instead of Tyrod dumping it off to you for 2 yards and let you break it, Tyrod would say, "Yo, just turn around, let's run." So that's what they said about like Cam Newton and C-Mac, Lamar Jackson and Ingram. Just instead of dumping it off like maybe Phillip Rivers would, Tyrod might take off a run.
Or like Drew Brees to Kamara, yeah. Exactly.
But remember LaShawn McCoy when we had Tyrod Taylor, he was getting all the dump offs. Like, what do we like? I mean, we seen it. We already seen it.
That up. I want to look at the numbers.
We watched the games, Mike. What do you mean? Like, he used to dump the ball off to LaShawn McCoy all the time.
I don't remember.
Right?
But Tyrod only threw the ball like 20 times.
That first year, Tyrod,
he was just dumping the ball. We was upset.
With Tyrod, that first year, I mean, when he was actually like looking good, first year Tyrod year, that might have been all right. I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, I would have to remember how many. I know McCoy went all running that year. I had him in fantasy. He went for like 16 touchdowns running, but catching wise, I can't remember. I have to look that up.
But I got the same list Sam got. Honestly, I mean, only thing different, I got CMC 1, Barkley 2. I got Barkley 2, even though they got a tough schedule. They got a terrible defense. And terrible defense means offense going to have to throw. Offense going, and it's just going to help. I think the Giants' offense is going to be helped in fantasy because they're going to be coming from behind. I'm high on Daniel Jones. I'm high on Daniel Jones. I'm high on Barkley because they're just going to be. It's going to be a lot of garbage stuff. A lot of garbage stuff because they're going to be a terrible defensive team. They're going to be having to come back every game. That's how I put it at. But I got CH at my number 3. I already talked about him already. CH is going to be, I think, a stud. Zeke is my number 4. Tried and true. He's always top 3 in rushing yards every year. You know, he's just who he is. And I got Ekeler as my 5th back because of the catches. I think he's the second best wide receiver, you know, catching back in the league to CMC. I think Ekeler is that number 2 guy in that aspect. And I mean, it was between him and Dalvin for me, but I just got to see. It's probably, I honestly probably would have went Dalvin, but Dalvin want the contract, and they talk about he might miss a game or 2, and that might hurt him. But if it wasn't for that, I would have Dalvin there. But you know, I just because of that, he might miss the game. And the same thing with Kamara, they just might miss games, and you just never know. And Kamara just got like a spinal tap. He just did something. He got something that was just like put me cause the pause. So, and they talk about trading him, so. That's why they just pushed them down for me. But
we think it's sports, but sometimes we don't know. We asking everybody to just tune into our show. We think it's sports.